All right, here we go. What's poppin', everybody? AJ Writes Crypto here. Thanks for being here with me on Tuesday, January 30th. Damn, January kind of already flew by on us. We got one more day, and then it's Feb, and then Friday is Groundhog Day. I actually find it very funny that Friday is Groundhog Day of all days, because I'm doing my interview with Lehman Baird from Hedera, co-founder of Hedera, and the man who created the Hashgraph on Friday. And I find that very funny because I interviewed him before and the footage got lost and the hard drive got misplaced or stolen. Not sure what happened in that scenario, but it's like Groundhog's Day that I will be interviewing Lehman on for the second time on Groundhog Day. Very funny. I think I should maybe watch that movie or watch that other movie, Happy Death Day, the Groundhog Day situation, except it's a horror movie and bad, but good, bad. I like good, bad horror movies. If it's a shitty horror movie, I probably have seen it and I probably enjoyed it. Kind of my thing. So good to see everybody here this morning. I know we got it spinning again, and I'm actually kind of freaked out. I'm freaked out about the spinning coin, the saga of the spinning coin. It's kind of becoming a thing here, and this is why. I'll tell you why. Because I normally spin it that way, and it's been plugged in. It's been plugged in the same angle, the same spot all the time, and it doesn't go upside down, so it only goes one way on top, okay? But then I used to spin it that way, and then I started spinning it that way, and it stopped spinning, or it would just sit still. But now, if I give it a little push, it goes the other way now. And if anybody understands magnetic fields, which I don't, let me know, because it's weird that it started just, let's go the other way. I think it's a curse. Yep, Ray Run, you bad-mouthed XRP, so it's a curse. Now people think I bad-mouthed XRP. Whoa. XRP army for days. XRP army for days. I hold XRP in public and private portfolios. I don't have a portfolio without XRP. I just think it's more of an anchor coin that doesn't have as much room to run as other coins. That's all. That's not bad-mouthing. That's just being real. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. We have Mike Vollmer, the Davenport Revort, the Glitter Queen, my favorite mod. We have Ray Run lying about me, fudding XRP. We got John G, got Mojo, Risen GM. We have Ginger Spice, splashing and smashing the crypto appreciate, and Jason Voorhees. Shout out to Jason Voorhees and Cam Crystal Lake. Big shout out to them. All right, we got 70 people in the house right now. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you haven't already. Got a pretty fun show for you guys planned out today. I will be doing a rate my portfolio segment at the end of the show. If anyone wants portfolio ratings, feel free to get involved. And then I actually have a couple stories, and I got a couple TA things to follow up on, and very excited to get into that today. So big shout out to everybody being here, and let's go. So let me click this little bad boy here. Let me get a fresh refresh here on CoinGecko. Bitcoin, man, waking up. It's actually kind of funny. Some of the bears are starting to come out a little bit. They're kind of, the bears be whispering, and I don't really know why, because Bitcoin is looking really good in the charts. The macro around Bitcoin looks really good in the other charts. I always consider really couple happy scenarios there. Ethereum's looking pretty good, 2,300. Solana at 106. Big shout out to anybody who went long on Solana yesterday. When I said go long at 96, it's already at 106. So big shout out to anybody who won that trade. I know a couple of people got involved yesterday and longed it to 100. It went to 101 on the live stream, kept going. Love to see it. XRP 52 cents. Shout out to XRP Army. Cardano 52 cents. Cardano woke up big time. It was lagging behind XRP. And remember, I have always been kind of talking about Cardano versus XRP have been very similar in price. And if you realize, not in terms of market cap, obviously, but if you look at, XRP's price at 52.5 cents and then Cardano's price at 52 cents, I have always felt that Cardano is going to move faster to the upside. I feel like Cardano, I would bet a good amount of money that a Cardano will beat XRP to $1. A couple reasons why, if you kind of click on Cardano here and you understand that, first of all, it has a much smaller market cap at 18 billion and with a circulating supply of 35 billion. All right. So there's a smaller market cap and a 35 billion supply. All right, now let's go to XRP. And then you consider the market cap is much bigger at 28 billion with a supply of 54 billion. So there's more coins in more money. So, just basic tokenomics, when there's less money and less coins, it's going to take less money to pump the price more. So the fact that they're both at 52 cents, given, XRP's much larger market cap versus its much larger supply, with Cardano's, a little bit smaller market cap with its smaller supply, it makes complete sense that Cardano is going to move faster. I think XRP, you know how a lot of people hold Bitcoin, and when they hold Bitcoin, they don't say, oh, it's a long-term wealth play. And these are the type of people that kind of ignore the 4-year cycle, I'm just going to hold a Bitcoin for 10 years. I'm going to ride the top to the bull market. I'm going to ride it right to the bottom and ride it up to the next bull market and ride it right back to the bottom, who think it's just like this long-term play, ignoring the cycles. I feel like some people think XRP is like one of those long-term wealth plays. And I feel like in crypto, it's obviously crypto being a crypto investor is a long-term wealth play. But that still means you still respect the cycles. You still sell the top and try to buy the bottom, or try to sell the top the best the best of your ability. I feel like, just kind of ignoring the cycles and holding for 10 years is probably not the best idea. I'm trying my best to respect the cycles. That has been my experience, and that has been the best thing I've done, in my experience in crypto, for sure. So, with that in mind, when you consider the tokenomic versus market cap scenario of XRP to Cardano, Cardano will beat XRP to $1. No questions asked. All right, so let's keep that. Wanted to get that concept out there. Avalanche moving up pretty good, up 30% on the week. Love to see it. Nice little rebound. This rebound is a direct result of Bitcoin getting back above 40,000 and breaking out of that temporary downtrend. A lot of coins that were in local downtrends have broken to the upside and fought and beat support resistance levels. I feel like, I have a lot of levels figured out for a lot of coins. And when there is a respect of the level, look at NEAR. I said buy NEAR last week at 250. It's already at 307. There you go. When this one, TAO 87 on the week, damn, love to see that. H-bar looking pretty solid. Had a very interesting conversation with an H-bar Barry in this morning. Man, I am bullish. I am very bullish on H-bar moving forward. They are just doing it different. They're doing it different. You guys have to remember. When I wrote videos for Ben for 2 years, if we had a video on NEAR protocol, I would get on the phone and call NEAR and say, hey, I wouldn't just Google it. I would talk to the source directly. If I had a video on ICP, I would get on the phone and talk to ICP. I would email people. I would do whatever I had to do to get on the phone with someone who worked somewhere. I did this for years. Okay. And I'm so glad I did it with HBAR back in the day, because, I have made some relationships with people at Hedera. And because of this, I kind of get like some of the drop on things that they're doing. And because I can't say names or whatever, and I can't say what, but I can say, holy shit, this team just does it different. I have talked on the phone to so many teams, and Hedera is top notch. Shout out to the H Barbarians. With VeChain, also another team that does it very well. Almost back to 3 cents. I bought some VeChain at 2.5. Glad I did. The graph back above 16. Love to see that wake up. And then Algorand, up 10% on the week. And the levels that I was talking about, when Algorand held 16, it temporarily dipped below it, but that was kind of more of a retest situation. I kind of felt like Algorand losing 16 kind of summed up a lot of other projects, like with Bitcoin fighting 40, Ethereum kind of staying the same, the graph not losing 15, Quant staying above 100, stuff like those kind of things. I feel like a lot of coins have respected a lot of levels, and that's why I'm much leaning towards the fact that what we saw was a dip. Am I saying that there's not going to be a shakeout before the halving? I feel like there would be a shakeout before the halving, but I don't think, I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of fought back to Christmas, New Year's week levels in the next month or two, and then dip back to today levels and then continued. I don't think we're going to see like a massive shakeout. I mean, very interesting to see, the story here. I'm actually was really surprised to see the story here. Gareth Solway. The thing is, I have much respect for Gareth Solway. He's a very, very smart guy. I look up to him. I do, but I can't believe I read this morning. To be fair, I didn't watch the video where he said this. I don't completely know his explanation, but when you see a headline that says, a market expert, Gareth Solway, warns Bitcoin may drop to 15,000 amidst stock sell-off despite whale investments. That's very, very interesting. Solway talked about Bitcoin's past and possible future. He also talked about the past increases in Bitcoin's value, like when Bitcoin's futures were launched in 2017 and Coinbase went public in 2021. Now he's looking at the approval of Bitcoin spot ETFs in the US as another important bullish event. Solway talked about the outflow of money from the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, where he called the big discount on GBTC shares a bonus for investors, which people are trying to take advantage of. Despite this, he predicts Bitcoin price might drop, showing a negative outlook. And you see, that's very interesting. I actually kind of want to talk to him. I might give him a call and ask, like, hey, like, why? Because, a lot of other things that I'm seeing, I don't see this. I don't see this. Maybe he sees something I don't, and I definitely want to talk to him about it. Maybe I'll bring him on the channel and talk about it. But at the end of the day, I mean, when you kind of consider other stories like BlackRock spot big Bitcoin ETF volume topping GBTC today, signaling a market shift. This is the kind of things we want to see here. All right, for the first time since launch, BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF is outpacing the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust in terms of trading volume so far today, according to Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seyfarth. That's an unfortunate last name, but yeah, like things are going good in terms of the bullish narrative, and I feel like the buy the rumor, sell the news narrative. The buy the rumor, sell the news narrative. I feel like, there is definitely a lot more manipulation now than there has been. I mean, the more institutional, and when I say manipulation, don't think I'm saying like bad actors in the space, like that kind of thing. When I say manipulation this time, I'm saying manipulation in terms of very large whales, big and institutional investment type people moving the market for whatever reason. All right. And I think the buy the rumor, sell the news narrative, everyone was kind of putting it in a box. Is the news going to be sold? Is the day the ETF gets approved, are we mooning, or is everyone is the build up the important part, and is it going to sell off after that? And I feel like the dip down, a lot of the people that said, the sell the news people said, oh, I told you so. But the fact that it didn't fall that far and we held a lot of support resistance levels, I think that shakeout was an attempt to get more people to sell immediately, where we reversed pretty fast. And I will show you kind of more of an in-depth idea of what I'm saying here when I get to the chart section in a little bit. But I don't think it was as bad as it was supposed to be. And with that being said, I'm not sure how bad the shakeouts will be. I think I feel like as long as certain levels are respected, I am not that concerned. I feel like if Bitcoin was to, go below like 38, 36, that's when I would really start to get worried. But the fact that, it already successfully bounced above 40, it does feel good right now. It looks good. So that's what I'm saying. I was just very surprised to see Gareth say 15. I definitely want to, at first I want to watch the video or wherever he said this, and I definitely want to hear him out on that. But I'm just surprised to hear the bearish narrative at this point in time. Big shout out to Connor and Yuyo sending in their portfolios. Definitely will save that for the end of the show. We're only 15 minutes in. Really fast, I do want to take a quick look at the gainers and the losers here to get a quick look at which coins are volatile. We always like to look at the gainers and the losers because if all you traders out there, you want to know which coins are moving, which coins have the volatility in either direction. That volatility, you need that volatility to trade successfully. All right, use that volatility to your advantage. All right, so TAO, this is a coin that has been performing very, very well. Definitely shout out to anybody who's been involved on that. Brian Bootyhead in the chat saying 61 to 146. Basically, what he's saying is that y'all need to smash the like button. Shout out to Brian, and shout out to the people who have not smashed the like button. I see you. I see you out there. You can do it. We got SEI up 13%, Render up 12%. Render is always a coin that I'm always going to be looking at, man. It's just a killer. It's just a killer. A video on AI coins would be great. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Hey, AJ, can you check out LCX? Yeah, I can look at LCX. LCX. Let me get my little list here. LCX. Boom. All right. Keep it moving here. Sui up 9, Ordi up 8, Solana 7, Ronin up 7.5. Interesting. Chainlink up 6. So definitely a good little bounce day. You know, there was a lot of bullish momentum yesterday. I pointed out to you guys. I'm glad that's paying out. It's actually very interesting to see Injective down 4. A couple things. I mean, I feel like these are coins that kind of came up and then have since came down a little bit, but very interesting story with Injective. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? This is the one. Boom. Billionaire Mark Cuban confesses love for Polygon and INJ. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Mark Cuban favors Polygon and Injective in AMA, dismisses Bitcoin layer 2, and remains cautious about digital tokens and music NFTs. So it was an Ask Me Anything. Billionaire Mark Cuban noted that the Dallas Mavericks still accept Dogecoin. Okay. In the AMA, Cuban talked about Polygon and Injective besides Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm trying to find the spot. Okay, so it doesn't really go into what he likes about Polygon, or so maybe I'll have to listen to this Ask Me Anything. Is there a link to it? I will have to check that down because I find that interesting. I mean, I understand Mark Cuban talking about Polygon. Yeah, I mean, Polygon is one of those projects with a lot of visibility considering the partnerships. But INJ, I mean, I understand it, but I'm surprised to hear him pick that one of all coins, to be honest with you. I find that very interesting. Definitely going to have to take a deeper dive into the why on that one. Very, very interesting stuff there. This is an interesting story as well. Scaramucci. Big shout out to him, by the way. He had a conversation a couple of weeks ago with John Allen Woods and I think Stacy from Algorand. I think they all talked together, and he's actually bullish on Algorand. He said that publicly. I think he tweeted about it too. That's pretty cool. But he predicts that Bitcoin to hit at least $170,000 post halving. This is the shit I want to read. This is what I want. You know, he praised Larry Fink for doing his homework and changing his mind on the asset. Fair enough. So go back and look at Bitcoin halving cycles, said Scary Moochie on the Scott Melker podcast. The day that Bitcoin halves, multiply it by 4, and 18 months later, it's been uncanny that that's been the price of Bitcoin. So let's keep that in mind, everybody. The day Bitcoin halves, let's bust out our calculators, multiply it by 4, and see if he's right. That has been the case before, but it's just very funny to put it so plain like that, and that would be insane. That would be insane. So he's kind of using this. You know, I'm using $35,000 at the number of the halving, and that's conservative. Let's say we're at 50,000 in April. That's $200,000. Let's say we're at 60. That would be 240. As long-term price targets, Scaramucci predicts Bitcoin could easily reach half of the market cap of gold. Very interesting, which would bring the price of one Bitcoin to $400,000. And, you know, I feel like that is inevitable, actually. But I don't feel like this cycle. I feel like it needs more time. You know, I could be wrong, but you know, this is kind of something I talked about yesterday in my Algorand price prediction video. And big shout out to anybody who watched that videos in the first 6 hours and in the first 12 hours. That has been my best performing video on the channel so far. So thank you to anybody who's watched that video. If you haven't watched the Algorand price prediction, definitely go give it a look. Let me know in the comments what your Algorand price prediction is. And that video did very well. I'm definitely going to do many more price predictions. The formatting of that one actually worked out pretty good. I really, you know, I think that when I first started to chat the channel, I was really dead set on sticking to the formula that I always have done for Ben, when that formula was writing the script, editing the script, running through a teleprompter, reading that, editing. I actually think that it's better for me to bullet point the points I want to hit and go. Don't teleprompt, just go. And I feel like that has been working out better for me. I think that that's a part of my evolution. I feel like I don't need to sit there and type out everything perfectly worded that I want to say, because I feel like if I bullet point it, I'm going to get it out better. It's going to be more natural. And I think that's, kind of just the evolution of that. I don't need to rely on the teleprompter anymore, because I teleprompted for years. And it also saves me a lot of time, saves me a lot of headaches. So, I think that will be the way I'm doing things moving forward. But, I really do appreciate all the love and everything like that. Let me check the Lakeshore Crypto, $5. Is cake going back to all-time high, yay or nay? What's your vote? Clinton Q, can you look at XRP? Maurice Guy with a portfolio. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats. I really appreciate it. Let me save Maurice Guy's portfolio here. So let's take a quick look at cake, I suppose, just for the homie here. I think there was one more story I wanted to show you guys. Oh, yes. So the title of today's show is Crypto's Biggest Secret. And so this is, I touched on this in the Algorand price prediction, but I really, really want you guys to appreciate the gravity of what I'm saying here. So if I'm clicking on the tabs right now. I'll have them up in less than 5 seconds. All right. So boom. Okay. So this is a screenshot from January 3rd, 2021. And when, we kind of talked about, that pump that recently happened, it was a pretty significant pump, from, Q4 of 2023, things did pretty well. But I really want you to appreciate just the flat value of how much money really comes into crypto and really comes into, top, even from the projects from top 20 to top 40, even in the top 10, how much money really comes into these coins during a proper bull run. I feel like a lot of people get really, really held up in short-term price action. I think this is the biggest secret of crypto right here, is to just objectively look at how much money really comes in a short amount of time. Remember, this is January 3rd, 2021. All right. Let's just take a look at a couple coins here. Let's look at, Cardano at that time was 20 cents at 6 billion. Binance, 5.9 billion. Chainlink, 5.4 billion. And then, we're going to come over to this step. So remember, right here, where's Binance? Binance, 5.9 million in January of 2021. Not even $6 billion, 5.9. Come over here to November of 2021. 11 months later, Binance, $108 billion when it was previously not even $6. Cardano, $67 billion when in the past, what was Cardano at again? It was at like 6, right? Where is it at? Yep, 6.3. 6.3. From 6.3 to 67 billion. Okay. Look at, Chainlink, $15 billion. I talked about this one yesterday with Algorand. Algorand in November. And to be fair, this is from the daily close of that day. This isn't even the top number that they wicked up to. Okay. This is just the historical snapshot of this day. So this isn't even as high as they could go, but this was when things were pumped. This is just like a kind of a general overview. And my point here is that when you kind of go back here and look at, January of 2021 and how kind of cheap everything is, and then really appreciate how much money came into the market later in November. Do you guys see what I'm putting down here? The last pump we saw Q4, that was cute. That was adorable. It was great. But that ain't it, guys. This is why I preach long-term. I don't need these anymore. This is why I preach long-term. This is why I always tell you to separate the short-term from the long-term trades. This is why when people are like, oh, I'm taking profits after 5%, this is why I get frustrated. Because when you really, really accept that when a bull run, a proper bull run actually happens, how much money comes into these projects. This is why we need to work on patience. This is why we need to just continue on the course we're doing and be, very consistent with our goals and staying right on track and sticking to a plan and making to a plan. So I agree, Ray. I mean, this is not alt season. Of course it's not. I'm just saying that I think a lot of people are sleeping on the upside. Okay. That's what I'm saying here. So shout out to Ricky Burris, 990 on fire. Hey, I'm giving it hell. I am giving it hell for sure. But yeah, and Gikarapal Sign, I cannot pronounce your name, but he says, imagine if trillions come in. And of course, I mean, think about the visibility of crypto in 2021 and compared to what it is now, it being with the ETF, with it being a hot button issue in the election. I mean, it's just kind of adding up. And I mean, when it comes around, this run, I feel like it's going to be insane. So let's just really be patient and take our time and play out the tape here. Let me do a little bit of homework on a project someone is asking about here. Let me go up to this really fast. Someone asked me in the chat if I've ever heard of Vara before. Silver something. I have not. Let me see. The market cap's not even listed. News. Is it it's a Solana thing? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to do some homework on that one. Here, let me look. There's a website. Here's instead Web3, build your own dApps, performing layer 1. So it's a layer 1 decentralized network. Okay. That's interesting. Now I'll have to do some homework on it. I think I've seen the name before, to be honest, but I don't personally know that one right there. So XCAD price prediction, anytime soon? I don't know if I'm going to do an XCAD price prediction. I feel like it's not time for that yet. I think it's going to take time. Oh yeah, and someone wanted me to look at Pancake. I got you. But yeah, I think XCAD is one of those coins that's going to have to gain a little bit more momentum. I like the platform. I use the platform, XCAD Social, but I think that one's going to take a little bit more time. So yeah, let's take a look at Pancake Swap here. Actually, let me go to Masari really fast. Masari, I know you guys can't see it yet. Being very conscious of what is on the screen, so I don't like talk for a minute without you guys seeing what I'm looking at, because I've done that before a couple times. All right, so share this instead. Pancake Swap, cake. So what was the question again? Wasn't it that I think, yeah, AJ, is cake going back to all-time high? Yay or nay? What's your vote? All right, so let's consider this. All-time high for Pancake is, basically $44, $43.94 in April of 2021. Worth noting out, it topped in April, not in November. All right, so actually, this is a pretty perfect time to use this tool here. Let's go back to the historical snapshots. We go down here. We click on April of 2021. It was April 30th of 2021. So we'll go. Actually, let's go to the beginning of May of 2021 so we can see how many coins were in the supply at the time. Come down here, find cake, CAKE, Pancake Swap at the time, circulating supply 160 million, 160.4 million. All right, we'll come over to here, type cake in CoinGecko. Boom, boom, boom. Circulating supply now for cake is 247.5 million. So, I mean, a very heavy growth there in terms of how much the supply grew. I mean, and this is kind of one of the things you have to realize when supplies grow that much. It has to, the coin is really going to have to double down in terms of market cap. 1 second. If I'm going to figure out how much of a growth that is really fast. I want 1 second. Boom. All right, so I want to find out how much of a percentage that growth actually is. No. I'm chat GPTing it. If I have what percentage? Okay, there we go. I'll let that lock up there. All right, so let me check out the chat really fast while this is going on. And yeah, thank you, man. I do really appreciate a lot of love in the chat asking for more price predictions. I'm going to get into doing a lot more of them. I feel like I took a lot of time to, yeah. So the growth was 54.2%. To grow from 160 to 247. So 54% of the supply. So, that means that the market cap from the all-time high, we need to grow, 54%. So if we kind of go to, oops, did not need to click that. We need to go up here, click market cap, click max. And then we look at, this April number here, May 2nd, market cap, 6.7 billion. So, we'd probably need around 12, no, not 12, 9, 10-ish billion. I think it's possible for Pancake Swap to get back to its all-time high. Actually, let me also consider how many more coins need to go into the supply as well. Doing this on the fly isn't easy. So total supply is 385, max supply is 450, circulating 247. So I mean, Pancake Swap still has a lot of time to move. A lot more coins to come into supply before it's fully vested. So with that said, and with the supply has grown, 54%, which means that the market cap needs to be that much higher to achieve the previous all-time high of around $44. I think it's possible. I don't know if I can say yay or nay on that because, I'm going to say nay. I'm going to say nay. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe it comes close, but I do want to appreciate, how much the tokenomics makes a difference. And for me to just say yay in terms of, oh yeah, it can do the same price it did before, even though the supply grew over 50%, that kind of goes against the basis of really appreciating how much tokenomics impact projects, and people look over that. And I always am here to remind you of that. I'm going to say nay, but I think it's going to be close. When is the next Chainlink price prediction? I can make that happen. I actually was talking to someone from the Chainlink team just the other day. I'm going to maybe I'll talk to him. Maybe I'll have him come on the channel or something like that. Do a micro caps picks video, newer coins pumping more. Yeah, I can do that. Also, today I have a PAL AI space on my Twitter at 4 p.m. Make sure you head over to my Twitter and watch that video. It's gonna be a good one. So I'm doing 4 spaces with PAL. The first one was kind of like the general overview. This one's going to be actually very interesting conversation, more about the state of AI, like what is happening in AI, like right now, and how ridiculous things are. I know the Glitter Queen just recently taught me about, a Neuralink has been installed in somebody and stuff like that. So I think having like a broad conversation about like the current state of AI is actually super interesting. Especially from people who like constantly develop it and stuff like that. And I think PAL is a really good project. And if you want a micro cap pick, I would certainly say PAL. PAL AI is, I mean, it's a project that has constant partners. It's partnering. You remember how, Chainlink back in the day, I mean, everyone wants access to the Oracle. So everyone wants that real world data in their blockchain, right? So, people would partner with Chainlink. Well, PAL has an AI product that a lot of people want. If you look at PAL AI's Twitter, partnership, one, at least one a day. Or at least 5 a week. Sometimes there's 2 in one day because a lot of projects want access to that AI. So in terms of it being a low cap coin, it has a lot of utility and a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon in terms of partnership. So I actually think PAL AI, I'm not even chilling. I think they're really doing a good job. But yeah, it is really important to see that. I want to make sure I did not miss rate my portfolio here. Okay, and then someone when you look at XRP. All right, let me look at XRP. I want to show you a couple charts, and then I will get into rate my portfolio. And there are over 225 people in the house right now. Thank you guys all for being here very much. I really appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to the channel already. There was actually pretty funny chat. Someone in the chat actually cracked me up a minute ago. I should have read it, but I didn't. He said something about he doesn't understand how like my subscribers haven't grown because I'm his favorite YouTuber or something like that. I gotta find it. It was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I think like with YouTube, man, it's like I feel like when my channel first came out, I was pretty heavy in the algorithm because it initially, the amount of initial followers I got happened really fast. I mean, I got to 10,000 followers in like 8 weeks, 7 weeks or something like that. And I think because it came on so fast is why I was like pretty heavy in the algorithm, and then it kind of evened out. So I feel like I'm still growing consistently. I've probably got like at least 100 likes in the past couple days. So time takes time, and I'm patient with these things, man. Like how many followers I have doesn't matter that much to me. And New Guy says, I don't think you upload enough videos to grow on YouTube. And that's fair, man. I mean, so when I first started, I was trying to, New Guy, I was doing, I do 5 live streams a week. And I'm actually going to be doing more AJ, I actually already have a Casper price prediction. But anyway, I already have, 5 live streams a week. And I'm going to add more live streams, probably like the 3 p.m. slot for trading. But on top of that, I was kind of over preparing my pre-record videos. I was doing not enough videos, but the videos I were putting out were really good. But now I'm to the point where instead of typing everything and writing it out perfectly, I'm getting like detailed bullet points and just going live and doing it that way. And I've been able to put out more content that way. If you notice, the past couple weeks, I've probably had like 4 videos, pre-record videos put out every week instead of 2 or 3. And but at the same time, like I've seen channels that put out too much content. I think if you put out 3 videos a day, I don't know about that strategy because each video isn't as meaningful. Like I like Altcoin Daily videos because Altcoin Daily does 1 video a day and that's it. And oh, here's their video for the day. I'm going to watch this because they spent all day working on it. And then there's even some creators that do like less than that, that'll do like 3 videos a week and not even live stream. But that those videos are really prepared. You know what I mean? So it's like, you kind of want to find the balance of, I want it to matter when I put a video out. And I think finding that balance is important, but I feel like right now, New Guy, I think you're right. I do need to put out much more content and I'm working on it. And I am working on it. And yeah, I have been doing shorts and stuff like that. I kind of leave my shorts more for Twitter, but I'm strategizing. I'm doing. Listen, guys, I'm working. This is my full-time job. I'm giving this my all, and I'm learning. I'm still technically a new YouTuber. I'm not really a new YouTuber because everybody knows me from the price prediction department and doing stuff with Ben and everything like that. But at the same time, this is the first time I've done my own channel. So it's going to be a work in progress, and I'm totally okay with that. And I appreciate all your feedback. It means a lot to me. All right. So let me go over here and check out. I wanted to look at a couple charts here really fast before I got into rate my portfolio. Yeah, kind of interesting little pullback range right here when you look at Solana. I was looking at this earlier today. I was kind of paper trading with myself, and I was saying to go short right there. You see, when I paper trade with myself, what I do is I'll draw a line at where I was, and then if it's here, it means go short. If it's here, it means go long. And so I said go short from there. Initially, I was wrong, but then I was right. So I'm up 1% on my paper trade for today. Very interesting. But yeah, so the reason I said that is because Solana is approaching this, support resistance level right here. And as you can see how many times this level has been tested on the recent history, here, rejected here. This level is at 107. We talked about this level a little bit on the show yesterday. And I was saying short because I felt like if it double topped from there, I actually thought it was going to go further down from where I drew it. So it ended up going up and then going down. So ultimately I was correct that time. But in the short term, if you kind of zoom in here on Solana and look at say a 7-minute chart or something like that, if you take a little gander at the RSI headed down, oscillators going down, VWAP going down. Actually really interested to see where I don't have my other indicators pulled up here. The visible range volume profile. I want to look at that on an hourly really fast. Curious. I'm genuinely curious. I don't need the RSI anymore. But yeah, RSI is heading down on the hourly. Exactly. So if you look at, a lot of the volume on this thing is kind of setting back down into that range it was. And I feel like that this is actually really important in terms of Solana's price action, because, if we look at, this as kind of its own range, right? This is its own range, right? And look at rejected. This level has been rejected several times. So with that said, definitely if you're trading Solana, you want to have an alarm at $107.3. That is the support resistance line. And as much as I appreciate the local breakout from the local downtrend, so that the top, this right here is Christmas Day when Solana had its local top at 126. And as much as I appreciate that breakout, I still want to consider the fact that it is, kind of leading towards a support resistance level. So to be honest with you, in the short term, just like I said, long Solana yesterday, I feel pretty safe shorting it right now. I do. I feel like I did that thing again. I feel like shorting Solana to, let me pull up another chart. I need to figure out how to get rid of that. Yeah, so I feel like, Solana short to maybe 100 probably makes a lot of sense, because it even has a couple touches on 100 in terms of SR, like right here, actually like 99 and a half cents. I feel like it could easily come down to there. And if you look at the oscillator, this is a 2-hour chart, oscillator going down, price going up. So bearish div on the 2-hour, overheated on the RSI, headed down on the RSI. I feel like Solana there's a nice little scalp short there. No problem. Calling that trade out for you guys right here on the show. There you go. All right. So, but for you hodlers, don't worry. But this is a scalp trade, and I love scalp trading. It's kind of my favorite thing to do. All right. So, someone wanted the XRP, and then we will move on to rate my portfolio. All right. So, oh my God, got a lot going on this chart. So, all right, let me clean a little bit of this up really fast for you guys. Boom, 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 boom. So many levels, man. Every level. And the thing is, I'm probably about to draw them all again right now. Why isn't this one going away? Oh, do you know why? Because I have I'm just going to pull up a different chart. Binance. Okay, here we go. Let me get rid of, actually, I'll leave that up. So this is the daily for XRP. Let me pull this down so we see the candles a little bit better here. So what matters with XRP here is obviously, the overall uptrend. All right. And we kind of see how, even if we just go from here, how these levels have been respected. So we really don't want to see XRP lose this trend line. I mean, this trend line is this right here is January 2023. That's the beginning of last year. So it is in a year-long uptrend, as slow and boring as it's been, moving from 33 cents then to 52 cents now. Like that ain't that ain't what I want to have my bag in all the time. I can tell you that much. But I still have some XRP because I believe there could be a lot of upside in the long term. But I still respect the cycles, like I was saying earlier in the show. So if we consider, if you look at the support resistance level of where its price action currently is, this is a level that's been flirted with several times. Actually, why is that? Okay, if we consider, how much this level, I don't know why it's drawing like that. But yeah, so this level has been touched a lot of times before. If you look at, where it is, like right here, how many times it retouched that level, that's also super important. So when we kind of zoom in a little bit and consider, let's say like a 23-minute chart, something like that. Zoom in. So, I really would like to see XRP respect this trend line, is the point I am talking, because this trend line has been going on for over a year. But it has been a little boring to hold at the moment. It looks like it's coming down temporarily on the short-term timeframes. Maybe a retest back to this level. To be fair, in the past little while, it has pumped up, about 6%, 7%. So kind of coming down off that. It's been in a pretty predictable range, but the problem with this predictable range is how boring it's been. So I mean, if you just consider, 2024 as a whole, this being the beginning of the year, XRP basically started the year off and dumped immediately and has been in like this kind of little downtrend ever since, local downtrend anyway. So let's consider the parameters of the downtrend. Okay, so like that and like this. Okay, so there's the downtrend it's in, and the problem is that it intersects. It's actually funny because the downtrend intersected with the support resistance at the same part. It lost the support resistance. That was probably a trap for traders. So, really what we want to see here is, at some point in time, actually, let me fix this so I can actually show you. At some point in time, XRP is going to have to cross between that uptrend and the support resistance line, which is I don't know why it's not showing me that on the chart, but probably like March. It's going to have to either, what I'm saying, it's either going to have to break down or break out. So I would have this long-term alarm set on that and alarm set on this to see which one happens first. I hope it breaks out, but it has been boring, has been hard to watch. Let's consider like a 4-hour chart to get like a little bit more of a macro here. But yeah, 4-hour really doesn't look that good, to be honest with you, because we just lost to 50 on the RSI. Just lost to 50, oscillator coming down, bearish divergence in the red a little bit. Yeah, man. So, right now if you're long-term XRP person, that's okay. I'm long-term XRP person too. It's just not easy to hold right now. It's been a little boring. What we're waiting for supposedly is, another one of these. This is what we're waiting for. And we've seen it time and time again with XRP. When it explodes, it explodes. And don't tell me there's not liquidity on the sideline, because, how did this happen if there's no liquidity on the sideline? How did this happen if there's no liquidity on the sideline? There is liquidity. It's just a matter of timing. It's a matter of timing. And, there you go. So, okay, I do need to get into rate my portfolio here, but I do want to point out one more thing. We've been talking about this time and time and time again when it comes to the dollar, the DXY. I feel like there has been actually a lot of stories in terms of the dollar itself really fast. This story of renowned financial analysts saying that the dollar is finished as the world reserve currency. Richard X. Bove, a distinguished financial analyst with over 5 decades of experience, recently made a striking declaration about the future of the U.S. dollar, basically saying that the dollar is finished as the world reserve currency. He believes China is poised to overtake the U.S. economy, a view not commonly shared by his peers, whom criticized for their reluctance to challenge mainstream financial systems. So, this guy is saying that the dollar not looking good, the dollar doomed. And I kind of thought he was just fudding until I refreshed a website and consequently saw this article. The UAE dumps the dollar, digital dirham, that's a weird word, in landmark China agreement too long didn't read, on Monday, BRICS members, China and the UAE, completed a cross-border transaction using the new digital dirham. Okay, so I believe that could be their CBDC. I'll double check. But it's their, I don't know, it's their new currency, but I'm not sure if it's a CBDC. I'll double check. But which eliminated the need for the US dollar. Sheikh Mansour made the historical transaction directly to China through the M Bridge platform while attending the central bank's Golden Jubilee and the graduation of 1,056 Emirates from the first batch of some of these words, man, Ethra Emira Station Program. The UAE central bank initiated the digital dirham payment to China for DH 500 million, which is equivalent to $136 million. So essentially, this guy saying over here, my guy Richard saying, the dollar is losing its dominance. China's gonna F us up. And then the other article, China literally already got the digital dirham moving here. They dumped the dollar. They no longer need the dollar. The BRICS nations are moving away from the dollar. There's a lot of countries that are no longer settling in the dollar. This is good. Okay, so look here. The digital dirham is the United Arab Emirates central bank digital currency. So I was correct. That is a CBDC. I actually knew that. And that is kind of scary. So, I said that to tell you this, that I consider these types of stories when I'm looking at the DXY chart. To a degree, certainly that matters. We've talked about these two levels here. We actually drew these levels from back here, right? And look, tested the top one, rejected from the middle one, touched the top one. These two levels that we drew, these two levels we've been talking about on this channel have been tested time and time again. So what we're really looking for is, the fact that, we do have a little local uptrend going on here from the dollar. It has kind of bounced back from that initial dip, and that initial dip, I would say some of the crypto pump happened during that. So now we're really kind of keeping a close eye on, it's kind of trading sideways. Is this going to ultimately fall down, or are we going to come back up and retest? And that will, determine the direction of some of my trades. And with that being said, want to take a quick look at Bitcoin on the daily chart. The daily chart still be looking pretty strong. Basically like the opposite of some other charts. I feel like Bitcoin is running the show at the moment, which is why, the Solana chart wasn't really looking strong. I would imagine a lot of other altcoin charts aren't really looking strong. The XRP chart not looking strong because Bitcoin is once again running the show at the moment. This is the Bitcoin daily chart. Although the money flow curvature still doesn't look good, the bounce from the oscillator here, the green dot, kind of pushing us up back into this range here. Bitcoin ranged right here for a while, right? So now we're back into this value area. So now didn't mean to do that. I do want to consider the visible range volume profile. All right. So, and we do have a little bit of bearish divergence playing out on the RSI and on the oscillator. I hate when I leave that damn brush button on. Oh man. So definitely bearish div some playing out here. And we also want to consider this level. It's actually very interesting. If we look at back here, let me circle that for you guys. Right here, you see that where that was the floor before, and now look at this. Boom. This level is at 43,500. Perfectly rejected here. And then if we zoom in on this, look at what we wicked above. We wicked above on the 2 hour, but could not close above that level on the 2 hour. Very interesting. So let me get rid of that circle so things look a little cleaner. So in the short-term time frame here, this is only a 12-minute chart. It does look like it has some downward pressure, but it is trying to fight the 50 on the RSI. I bet it actually doesn't look bad if we go to the 5-minute. Yeah, see, the 5-minute doesn't look that bad. But the point here is this. Bitcoin, this is a big support resistance level that I showed you on the 2 hour chart, how many times it fought and got rejected at that level. This level is $43,500. Bitcoin needs to continue and needs to break that level. Set your alarms. Don't predict, react. Let me go back to the 2-hour chart. I mean, look how many times it fought this level here. So, Bitcoin, when you consider the daily, we zoom back out, considering the daily, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. It looks like it's heading up. But at the same time, this level has to get broken. We have to break this level because, getting rejected from this level, structurally speaking, not what we want to see for Bitcoin. Because if you consider the fact, let me make this a little bit better for you guys. Delete. Okay, so if you consider the fact that if Bitcoin turns around here, what does that mean, everyone? Why is this 43,000 level so important to beat? Do you see it? Do you see it? I do. Because on the daily chart, if Bitcoin can't get above the support resistance level, we have a head and shoulder pattern on the daily on Bitcoin. If it gets rejected from that level, we will be looking at a head and shoulders. In this case here, we kind of would have like a little crooked neckline situation, and in crooked necklines, all you do, I would probably go from the body, and you would just draw straight down to that level, and then that would become your measured move. And then, that measured move from there to the neckline would be roughly 33,400. Okay. So when I say Bitcoin really needs to get above 43,000 and continue on, I mean, seriously, to be honest with you, Bitcoin forms a head and shoulders unless it breaks 45,000. Because look at this. If we go to 45,000 and get rejected, we still have a head and shoulders. Bitcoin needs to fight for higher highs, or we have a nasty head and shoulders pattern. And the problem with this is that, let me clean this up a little bit, is there's a lot of gaps in the volume. We are kind of at the point of control here, but then you kind of look at the dips, and then the next big volume node is actually below the $38,000 support resistance level. And that's a level we really need to consider staying above. So yeah, basically what we want to see here is we want to see Bitcoin pretty immediately continue up, break, and go for higher. Because if not, we get rejected here, we have head and shoulders. We get rejected here, we have head and shoulders. And consequently would lead to a measured move of $33,500. You heard it here first, everybody. A little hidden head and shoulder pattern there on Bitcoin. I got you guys. All right. So, not the greatest head and shoulders, but I see it. It's there. It's certainly there, my friend. All right. Let me get into rate my portfolio here, and then I will head out for the day. I do have a space here at noon, but I am glad that I moved the show back to 10:30. I have much more time to prepare for all the things. I will say no more rate my portfolios today. If you send one in at this point on, I will have to cover you tomorrow morning. I'm pretty sure I got through all of them. We only have 4 to go through right now, so let's do this thing. Really appreciate you guys. There's 263 people here, by the way. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. If this is your first time here, this is a segment called Rate My Portfolio, where people send in their portfolios and I give them a score from -5 to 100. And there's a reason that scale starts at -5 and not at 0. Some people get roasted, and that's okay. That's what we do. All right. Connor Lang, HBAR 20%, Algo 15, XLM 15, Fetch AI 15, Matic 12.5, ICP 12, Quant 10. My goal is 9 to 10x. My plan was to take 80% out and let 20% run. I mean, that's fair. I do want you to consider a plan, Connor. If we only 6, if we only 7, if we only 8, what's your plan? What's your exit strategy then? You need to have not only, I think this is a thing. You don't want an exit strategy. You want exit strategies, plural, in every scenario. Consider that. Overall, your goal is pretty pragmatic. A 9 to 10x. I respect that it's not a 10 to 12, but a 9 to 10. You're seeing you have a little bit of realism here. In terms of your bag, you're not weighing yourself down. Don't understand the XLM hold, but I get it at the same time. The only project I really am going to hum and haul about here is your XLM. There's so many other coins, man, that would be a better fit than XLM. But other than that, I think XLM will probably do fine, but I don't know if XLM is going to 10x. But other than that, I feel like the rest of your bags will make up for it. You have a good distribution, you have strong coin selection, and it's aligned with your goals, and your goal isn't too crazy. Yes, man, you get an 85. Good job. But I don't know about that XLM. Yuyo323, $5 super chat. Yuyo, unfortunately, man. All right, 18K. You have to do it percentages wise, just so you know. See how Connor formatted his, everybody. That's amazing. That's the way you do it. Don't do this. And definitely don't tell me how many coins you have or it won't work. But 18K, XRP, AK, HBAR, ADA, SUI, Flare, PAL AI. The goal is 500 to 600,000. But at the same time here, so we got like 20, 34, probably like 38,000. So you're looking actually for more than a 10x, and it's all weighted on XRP. I mean, really. So your success is tied to XRP completely. I mean, the HBAR, the ADA, and all this barely adds up to more than your XRP, just a little bit more. So you're about 45% XRP in your bag, and you're looking for more than a 10, man. So it really comes down to, the likelihood of XRP 10xing versus the likelihood of something else 10xing, not to mention, so, you're looking at, so 1.5, so 3, 4, 6, 12, 20. So you have a $48,000 portfolio. So you're looking for a little tiny bit more than a 10x. I don't know, man. You're really top heavy, bro. You're really top heavy. Not that I hate the XRP pick, but it's just very top heavy, dude. I wouldn't want to be that top heavy into anything, So I would definitely consider a little bit better of a distribution. I don't think your goal is too far-fetched. I think the likelihood of some other coins 10xing is higher than the likelihood of XRP 10xing, considering how slow it moves. But I still feel like XRP has the ability to 10x. I'm not saying it can't. It has the ability to. But I do want you to appreciate, how hard it is for XRP to 10x. It's not easy. If you consider its market cap right now is 28.5 billion. Oops. 28.5 billion. A 10x would require $284 billion XRP at $5.24. I don't think that's impossible, but I feel like that's, especially with how slow XRP moves, I think I could have some bias here considering how hard it is to hold XRP right now. It's not that I don't like XLM. It's not that I don't like XLM. I just don't think it's better. And with Head and Shoulders, guys, the shoulders don't have to be perfect. There's very rarely a perfect head and shoulder pattern. It's you kind of, as long as you can see it, it can be a little crooked. That's okay. But yeah, man, you got a pretty top heavy portfolio here, man. I don't know. I think your goal is possible, and that's what matters. But your coin selection isn't the worst either. I think you have a strong coin selection. Your goal is possible, but your distribution's bad. With bad distribution, I really can't give you anything more than a 79. All right. Maurice Guy, 10x at 15K. He got 16 quant, 20 algo, 15 vet, 15 HBAR, 16 link, 15 graph. This guy listens to my channel. Maurice Guy, this portfolio you're probably going to be a millionaire. You're the man. I think he just put this portfolio out there to make me happy. Are you just like leaning into it right now? Like, are you messing with me? Is this a joke? Is this a joke? Or do you really have this good of a portfolio? I feel like he might. This is what I would call a perfect portfolio. It's perfect. Maurice Guy gets a 98. Good job, Maurice Guy. That's the highest score I've ever given. Ever. All right. Hell yeah, Maurice Guy. Good bag. I hope that's not I hope you're not messing with me, because that's a killer bag. Zapster, $5 super chat. I appreciate you. 70K portfolio strategy 2024, 2025, sell 10%, and November, December, sell 10%. Okay, so you're saying that off of you're selling off of time. I think that's dangerous because we don't actually know. So what he's saying here is, I'm going to sell 10% at the end of November and December, sell 10% at the end of January, February, sell 15% March, April, sell 20. But the thing is like, Zapster, I understand that. But like the truth of the matter is that when we talk about metrics in time, nothing ever happens on time. When I learned a lot from Ben doing the Valentine's Day Ethereum price prediction. It was not smart for him to give an exact date, saying, and the funny thing is that Ethereum did go to 2,500 about a month later, and he was right about the level, but he was wrong about the time. And I feel like because everyone has the halving cycle so memorized, when I say, the top of the market's projected to be November of 2025 or whatever, it is just that, a projection. So, you really could be getting yourself in trouble selling based off of what month it is, because things, what matters to me are what levels are we at? What Fibonacci levels are we at? What's the market cap looking like? Is there more on the roadmap coming this year? Like each project has a different path. Very rarely would I sell, 2 coins out of my portfolio on the same day. I feel like, it has happened before, but I feel like everything happens a little bit differently. And I think kind of going just off of the projection of time that you think is going to happen, that's not really analytical. That's kind of, I understand wanting to spread out your DCA out, and that's fine, but I would DCA out based off of levels, not based off of what month it is, based off of a projection, if that makes sense. So I hope that makes sense to you. But there you go. Big shout out to everybody. Thank you for the super chats. Been keeping Rate My Portfolio going. I like doing smaller Rate My Portfolios at the end. I did enjoy when we first started doing like the whole show. I feel like that has kind of hurt my brain over time, but I will always do it at the end of the show on Tuesday and Thursday for people that want them. I'm not going to lean on it as much as I did when in the beginning. And also in the beginning, everyone wanted one. And now I feel like a lot of my diehard people have already had ratings. So it wouldn't make sense for me to just keep doing them really hard, but I will always at the end of the show on Tuesday and Thursday do that segment for anybody who wants it. But with all that being said, I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I got a roundtable space to do here at 12, and then I have the PAL AI space at 4, and I think another roundtable space at 8. I mean, Mario Nafal really doesn't want me to play video games today, and I don't know about it, Mario. I think we're gonna have to fight this one out, bro. I don't know, man. You're killing me. You're killing me. But yeah, I much love to each and every one of you. There's 275 people in the house right now. Make sure you smash the like button if you haven't already. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. I will be back here at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. My name's AJ Writes Crypto. Get rich or get wrecked. Later.